The cold hit me first, the kind that presses into your bones and stays. I walked into the shelter with what was left of my life stuffed in a torn duffel. No one looked at me, except the woman at the intake desk. She scanned my face like she was trying to find an old memory inside it. Then she whispered my name. Thomas Wade? Something in her voice made me straighten. Yes. She stood up, quietly turned the lock on the door behind me, and slid a dusty file across the counter. We've been searching for you for 30 years. I didn't understand. Not yet. Not when the betrayal still tasted too fresh, too metallic. Back then, I believed in permanence, in vows, in loyalty. My ex-wife, Claire, used to lace her fingers with mine and say leaders like my boss, Grant Bentley, respected men like me. Dedicated, predictable, honest. Turns out predictable men are the easiest to rob. The affair was cliché. The firing wasn't. Grant called me into his glass-walled office one Friday afternoon. He didn't sit. Claire was already inside, arms crossed, diamond on her finger that wasn't there morning before. They didn't bother pretending. "We're restructuring," he said. "You're no longer needed," she added. Grant placed a termination file on the desk. Claire placed divorce papers next to it. 2 signatures designed to collapse a life. By Monday, my accounts were frozen. By Tuesday, my house was sold. By Sunday, the storage unit with every memory I owned had been emptied. I kept moving through the wreckage like a man underwater, stunned, limbs heavy. Pain doesn't announce itself, it just settles. But betrayal sharpens eventually, and mine sharpened into purpose. The discovery came in pieces: a message from an old colleague, a comment from Grant's assistant, a financial report with numbers pulled too neatly. Then the real clue: an internal audit file left on my doorstep. No note, just data. The company wasn't restructuring. Grant was siphoning money through shell accounts. Claire was helping him. They used my name as a ghost signature to cover their tracks. I wasn't just betrayed, I was framed. And that was the moment the pain stopped. Completely. What replaced it was cleaner, colder, useful. No outbursts, no threats. Just silence and a notebook full of names, dates, and account numbers. I spent weeks in libraries and internet cafes. I learned their weaknesses, their habits, their passwords. Grant liked to recycle phrases. Claire used birthdays for everything. They were smarter than most, but arrogance always leaves a crack. I rented a basement room for cash under a different name, built files, backed up files, made duplicates of the duplicates. Evidence grew around me like scaffolding, thick, irrefutable. But I didn't want to expose them, not yet. Not until I found something bigger. That bigger thing showed itself the day the intake worker opened the file with my name on it. Inside was my birth certificate, except it wasn't the one I knew. Different date, different location, different parents. A big red stamp across the top, program terminated, subject presumed dead. My heart thudded once, hard enough to steady me. "What is this?" She swallowed. "You were part of a government identity creation program in the 90s. Test children, clean slates, designed backgrounds. They erased the records when the project shut down. You weren't supposed to survive beyond age 20. There's no legal record of you after that. Technically, you don't exist. A ghost signature." Grant and Claire hadn't just framed me. They'd used the one identity in the world that couldn't defend itself. They thought they picked the perfect victim. They were wrong. Because suddenly I had something stronger than revenge. I had immunity. Quiet. Surgical. First move, I sent the full evidence package to the IRS, SEC, and 3 investigative journalists. Second, transferred all siphoned funds from Grant's shell accounts to a trust tied to the program investigators who'd been hunting my identity for decades. Third, released the video recordings of Grant and Claire discussing their plan. They didn't know their bedroom mirror had a built-in smart panel. They definitely didn't know it records audio when synced to the house Wi-Fi. Fourth, I scheduled an email to them both, set to hit their inboxes at exactly 9 a.m. The confrontation came later that afternoon, not by my design. They found me. Grant stormed into the shelter lobby, security guards behind him, Claire right on his heels. She looked like she hadn't slept. He looked like he hadn't breathed. "You ruined us," he hissed. "No," I said quietly. "I revealed you." Claire's voice cracked. "You were supposed to disappear." I let that hang between us. The intake worker stepped beside me, holding the file that proved I was untouchable. "You picked the wrong man," she said. And that was the moment they understood the shape of their downfall. Not because I destroyed them, because I survived them. Grant was arrested. Claire fled, then turned herself in. Their empire folded. Their friends vanished. And me? I walked out of that shelter with a new identity. A clean one, a legal one, a chosen one. Justice didn't restore what they took. It gave me something better, a beginning. And when I think of them now, I don't feel anger or triumph, just clarity. They tried to erase me, but I was built for survival, and I do not regret reminding them what a ghost can do.